It's time for Daddy to make some funny.
Yo, good morning. I am listening to the Game Maker title music, aren't I? Wow, love it.
G to the M.
G to the M. Okay. Good morning. Welcome in, everybody. How we doing today? Just now getting warmed up here. Got my coffee. Loading up the eons. This game, I can't make any promises, but I'm hoping for late summer release. That's the hope. But yeah, in terms of puzzle making, this has been on my mind, and I think we're making progress again. We can do it together. And Fred&Ferd's going to be helping. So if you guys hadn't heard, Fred&Ferd will be doing the level design, which I think will be a huge help. So really looking forward to seeing what he throws together. And then of course Kay is making all the assets in his custom style. So I think it's really going to be something to share, you know, something worth sharing. Plus we're hopefully going to get some funding through Game Maker Fund. So we'll see how that goes. But more or less, yeah, we've got a puzzle with my name on it. And the reason why we are spending so much time in this is because I had to rework a lot of these puzzles that were working plenty fine in 0.7. But then 0.8 rolls around, we decide, hey, we want to publish in 0.8. And then upon doing so, it breaks everything. So, that's fun. But yeah, I think we've finally, found the problems. Happened to be plant behaviors. And now we're back to fixing it. Tired? Yeah, Escape Room Artist. Today I already feel a little bit sluggish compared to other days. But we can press on. We can do our best, right? That's all you can really ask for. Alright, we're back in business. Cool. So I'm going to update all these to where they are using the look at rotation. Look at target. Rotate 0.5. This prevents players from spamming. If I really need to, the third option was to use the animated decorations, as they also have a message sending system. So that would have been the next potential solution to our problem here. More or less, I tried to make all of these puzzles break proof, because it is very easy to break things in Sandbox. But yeah, welcome in everybody. I see some friendly faces. Mosquita, buenos dias. We have Escape Room Artist, G to the M. Fred&Ferd. Always enjoy watching your projects at work and all the assistance you're giving to the community. Go West. We can do it. Yoke's on you. Good morning. Put those tentacles away. Woke Zombie, what's happening? Button duration parameter says it's actually a cooldown. What? Button duration parameter? Nani? So in the button, Button duration parameter. So this says cooldown. Yeah, that's weird. Duration cooldown till it can be used again. Huh. That could be useful. Now that it, you know, putting in perspective instead of duration. Like, what were we thinking duration meant? Like, that's... I think they just used the wrong word here. They should have put cooldown. For sure. 100%. If that's the case. I don't know what duration could have meant. But that's not the right word. 100%. Hundo. Zombie hundo. So that also would have stopped spamming. For sure. For our uses... we totally could have swapped from speaker to button. So that's another option. That is, yeah, I would say another option. So I'll just mark that in my notes in case we do have to try a different solution. We have the animated decorations and buttons. It's Eon puzzle solutions. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to get to work on updating these, and we're probably going to have a loopable button, and the idea here is we're going to spam it and see if we can, you know, not break it. That's the hope. We'll make sure all these messages are similar. So we have destroy, and then the message to destroy it is sequential. We don't need the damaging blocks. The damaging blocks is what we were using before damage messages came back. Luckily, we now have damage messages back. So we don't need water blocks as the necessary evil. In fact, spawning blocks, it was odd because it was killing random ones. Like, it wasn't killing all, because I have 4 different dials. It was only killing 3 at a time, sometimes 2 at a time, sometimes even 1 at a time. Eventually killing all of them. But yeah, it's just fun because I am... I'm grateful that I get to find these things out first. Because it appears as though no one else is really doing the puzzle making that I'm kind of doing. Or at least not like reporting or streaming it. So yeah, I don't know. It is fun to think about, like, me being a pioneer, so to speak, of this software. But it's also incredibly frustrating. Because it's not easy when you're throwing things at the wall and they're not sticking, you know? Jayonha, good evening from Bangkok. Welcome. How are you? What are you up to today, Jayona? I'm also really looking forward to when the council is able to, you know, share our game. So this is a game I'm working, 20 to 30 hours a week on average. And it's really coming together. I would say we're like 30% done with it. It's a big game, but 30% is a lot. And for me to be able to say that feels pretty good. Alright, so we checked the parent asset. We checked the interact asset. So all of those are set up. Now we need to double check the animation. So again, we just have the 1 to 2 and the message to play, exchanging it. I don't think any of these are going to be altered. So I think we're pretty much good to go. I will resave our presets.
I'm real happy to be here. Real happy to be here. Yay!
Yay! That meme will never get old. Hi, VBox. Good morning. Wait. No, woke zombie. Oh, that sucks, dude. That, Lord Zombie, if to help you not feel too bad, our D&D group on Friday, because of the time change, we had to cancel. So, basically, half the group, like, was thrown off by it. So, things happen. I hope they forgave you. Hope they didn't dock your pay. C'est la vie. Hope you're doing well, Vivox. Escape Room Artist says, I know the feeling, you got candy in your pocket, you can't eat it yet. Yeah, that is the feeling, Escape Room Artist. OG, bring in the raid. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. OG, OG, OG.
I can answer that for money.
What? You can't answer what's up, everybody? Hey, Ian, what's happening? Good morning. Wicked you too. How are you? Too? For free? Well, I would give things for free, but you guys voted all for one yesterday. Who won that, by the way? I already forgot.
Ready to work.
Rigged! Yo, D Electronics. Welcome in. I saw you pop in on D&D yesterday. I'm gonna get you in a game, buddy. It's gonna happen. Herd free? Is that what summons you, D Electronics? Free? It was Philip Light won it yesterday. Philip Light won an entire Dork Samurai set. Woohoo! Escape Room Artist, nothing is... I haven't actually said anything about it. So that candy is going to be enjoyed by everyone when it's, you know, outside the pocket. I got the pocket candy, Escape Room Artist. Tom Voxel, good morning. You are not late, Tom. A wizard arrives precisely when he needs to. Okay, I gotta make that command real quick. Let's see. StreamerBot commands. Add. Command late. Moderate subscribers, VIP. Action. Late. Cooldown 10 seconds. User cooldown 1800. Boom, it's done.
A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Precisely. Tom, did you 100% the Harry Potter game yet? You wizard, you. And yeah, Vvox says, got a generous amount of 2 hours of sleep. Nice, V. Like some cryo sleep, right? V, are there any secret projects you're working on? Like, any plans for your next game? I know Vvox is itching to make a game. I think we all enjoy making games. It's like, we gotta have like a release schedule, you know? Like a community map publishing calendar. This is, okay, I'm just brainstorming here. But you know, like how we have like a stream schedule, we should also have like some sort of release schedule. So that way we can like look forward to other people's games, you know? And yeah, we can like make events that are around that. That sounds cool. Yeah, I got good ideas sometimes. Yeah, OG, it was great to see the progress you've made. And that's the Nobody map, right? OG Shakespeare. And thanks again for the raid, of course. You guys know OG. Shout out to the homie. Yeah, Ian purchased the Samurai Dork headgear. And you bought the Season 2 Battle Pass. Yeah, for the Kingdom of Sakar. Hey, no worries, Ian. If anything, I hope we can get you more of that set. Because I have more to give away. It's just for this week. You guys voted yesterday all for one. And I like that, but next week we'll probably trickle it out again. So when next week rolls around, you guys will all be able to win a dork piece every day of the week. Now keep in mind, O24K on his streams, he's given away a lot of those. So if you want like better odds, I guess, O24K streams, that's where you want to go. Don't enjoy making assets, Woke Zombie? Woke Zombie, I should show you some of the things I do about converting 3D models, because there's a lot of 3D models on the internet. And so converting them into voxels is surprisingly easier and faster than making them by hand. Write mine down for in the future, says Escape Room Artist. Yeah, soon TM. OG Shakespeare says, yeah, nowhere social, and nobody did all the GM building. Oh, okay. OG, so have you been making assets for it? Or just kind of like partnered with it? Tom says, regarding the stream schedule, please let me know about the different non-English TSB streamers building a dashboard. Let's go, Tom. That's fantastic. Thank you, Tom. We take a quick peek at that. Sparky Snickle, good morning. Skadoosh. Seen Ekion do that from Blender. Yeah, Ekion, we talked about it a little bit. Ekion has a great flow, and he actually edits things in Blender, so he has a lot of experience with 3D models. I found a software that converts models from bulk. So like if I have like 10 models, I can run this batch conversion software, and then I have 10 models and ready to go in Sandbox. But they aren't optimized, I'll say that much. It's kind of like looking at a pixely version of models versus the Sandbox style where it's like assets are pieced together with purpose. So they don't look good, I'll just say that. Vox Machina, what's happening? Speaking of looking good. What's up, Vox Machina? Yeah, Escape Room Artist is very helpful for game makers because you will be able to, you know, they're placeholders. That's how I look at them. Like, I'm not going to have them in the final game, but they help the mind envision it, you know? I would show it on screen, and I have promised making a video about it, and I apologize everyone out there because it just hasn't come out. Mainly because the process has my name in it, like my real name, and I try not to just have that out there. It uses my computer. I need to get a new computer and then like brand it to where it doesn't have my name everywhere. So I'm slowly like converting everything to Halfd0rk, you know? It's just for my own privacy, really. This looks great. Game Maker. So you can filter by language, filter by topic. That's great. This is great. Thank you so much, Tom. Tom's an expert with like Google Sheets and this dashboard stuff. Like, I don't know how you do it. Like Google Sheet, I barely know how to like write my name. Oh, that's your name, D Electronics. I had no idea. So is it like Mr. Electronics? Do I need to call you Mr. Electronics, or is that your father? And yeah, OG Shakespeare says, I do assets, game maker, and general business administration for Nowhere. But Nowhere, social has been in the works by nobody for a while. Finishing touches soon. Sounds great, OG. Yeah, we look forward to doing some fun community events, because I know that'll happen. Nowhere's really great about putting those, you know, in motion. 9A7A, what's happening, my guy? Is it time to take over the world?
What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night.
Try to take over the world.
I gotta learn how to do that voice. The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Alright, so spamming, I should save first. Because I just did all of that. So we're gonna save, then we're gonna spam. What did I win? Tom, you won my heart. That's what you won. And yeah, Tom says do it for money. Yeah, this is like Tom's going, like pushing. This is what I can do. This is my skill set. And it's this beautiful portrait sculpture on the table. Like, it's cool to see all the different skill sets that everybody has. Like, I can make some decent videos. Although, that was like the part in my life where I've, you know, changed. Like, I have a new career now. Like, I'm not making videos, per se. I'm still live streaming. It's a fun hobby for me. But I'm not, like, actively spending all my time in Adobe Premiere, for example. Alright, we're spamming. I'm hitting E many times. This looks great. I am happy with how this looks. And it broke. And it's dead. So 9 is not working. Try one more time. We'll go slower. Okay, so 9 is not working. So we want to go to the 9 to Excla. So that's this one. Double check it. So we have destroy, 0 seconds, spinner. So this is the message that activates the next one. That message comes out of here. Spinner. Great. So we already figured it out. It's a broadcast type. So we wanted all. We're swapping it back to all. We were testing other things. But it's going to be sending that message everywhere. Everything else looks fine. So it should work now. It always feels good when you can identify a problem. Vivox, I hope you get a nap in. 2 hours is not enough. But it is some. It's some. I'm glad you got some. Vivox saving. Uh-oh, what? Is it because I insulted V? Is that why? I'm sorry, I take it all back. What is this? Exception. Internal server error. Unknown error. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. I don't think we got that before. I haven't really been doing anything else. So now I'm very concerned. I am sweating. I'm sweating. What is this? What is this? Have I added anything? Just check the hierarchy real quick. I didn't add anything. Did I remove any presets? I know I did yesterday. We removed a couple presets. But they were all from my, like, placeholder section. Now, those were being used on this side of the map. I don't see any assets over here, though. Can't select any. I'm hoping it's just a server-side error. If not, we are going to be having a bad time. Yikes. Wait, Linus Tech Tips got hacked? Into electronics? Excuse me? That's pretty sketchy. Isn't he like the non-hackable person? Like he's the one person that would be the most difficult to hack? Congrats, you found a new error. Okay, well, it fixed itself. I'm glad I literally did nothing, and it fixed itself. Man, I am really good at Game Maker, huh? When you tell Game Maker you're sorry, Game Maker picks up your microphone input and realizes that it has power over you. And thus, it finally gives way and allows me to continue about my day. It's just, it does those power checks every once in a while, just so it knows, like, hey, I have Halfd0rk under my thumb right now. So thanks, Game Maker, for always reassuring me that I'm not alone in this endeavor. Yeah, the Game Maker is a passive-aggressive Siri. Yeah, I'm waiting for the day Game Maker has a voice tech where we can tell it to move things around. That'll be fun. Yeah, that's true, Sparky. Makes it a challenge. Oh. D-Electronics, he fell for a Bitcoin scam? Oh, cool. Looks like our dial is going full circle here. The last number does not appear to be working much like the others. I'll just double check that. So it's x to x, x to 0. Yep, x to 0. So that should be, I think, this one. X to 0 interact. We have a 0.5 and a spinner.1.0. Now this one here does have the destroy delay. That looks fine. I don't think it was saved recently. So display duration's fine. Look at duration is 0.5, that's fine. Animated decoration, all the numbers here look fine. Now, was there another one down on this section? This is x to x. I think that is... Everything looks fine? So we have 0 seconds. Spinner 1.1. 0 seconds, spinner 1.0. Speaker duration uses the interact. It rotates 0.5 before sending out the message. Sends it all. What about over here? Same situation. Alright, we'll just resave this preset. Oh, what?
This is fine.
This is fine. This had the wrong name on it. Okay, well, that makes a lot more sense. I probably wrote over the wrong preset. So it's supposed to have x to 0, not 0 to 1. So I probably overwrote the wrong preset, but that's unlikely. Either way, I mean, that's progress. This is fine. Everything's fine. Oh, this is doing the same thing. So this one's 2 to 3. This one should be 1 to 2. So it looks like somewhere along the lines my naming conventions got messed up. I think maybe I pasted the name there on accident. But at least we figured it out? Yikes. Oh, D-Electronics, gotcha. So they were running on his YouTube stream the scam. That is unfortunate. and I really hope people can identify it as a scam. I don't think everyone in the world understands, you know, the the safety risk of that. There's a lot of newcomers, you know, to crypto. We're all pros at this point. Each one of us here have been scammed. We already have moved past that. But first timers, they gotta learn the hard way, right? Trial by fire. Okay, we're spamming. 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7, 8, 9, X-Cla, X, and 0. And we're looping. Perfect. So this is what I was looking for. And everything is timed in a way that is good for my puzzle. Now, this will be step number 2. This will likely be next week's fun puzzle of choice, unless we get to it today. Is the lock mechanic. So basically we have platforms that move out of the way when we have the correct number. Now, there might be a chance one of them will work right now. I'm not going to worry about it too much. In fact, we have to make the other ones anyway. So I'm going to make the other ones first. I think it was supposed to be 0. So these platforms move out of the way when the correct digit is selected. So we just take a quick look. It was spinner.combo.1.4. So it looks like 4 was the correct number that would move this out of the way. So we'll look at that. Then the second number would be 2. The third number is 0. So third, so 3.0. And then the fourth number was 4. So it's 4204. Okay, great. Now what we're doing, because our spinners are prepped, they're ready to go, I now need to make the second dial. So what we'll do is we'll line these all up to where they are uniform. And they're easy to edit. So like I'll know, oh, that one goes to this one, that one goes to that one. In fact, I want to make sure that they're staggered in a way that my mind can look at it and be like, oh, this one goes, you know, to this dial. And there does have to be a bit of a space in between. The reason why I have these so far away from the dial is so that the player can't destroy them. So the player can, you know, walk up to things and attack them. So these will be behind a wall. So that's why they're so far away from their children. But we're going to, because we've fixed these, we've edited them, we're going to make a template pretty much out of them. And I can copy paste them onto the others in a way. We are going to use all of the space, because why not? Because I do have to make basically 3 variations of each one of these. Checkmate. Cool. Now, out of all of them, we have X to 0, which I think is the first number. We can just double check. On a new airdrop. Damn, Ian. $200, like, it feels so bad when that happens. Sorry, man. Yeah, just general safety practices would be like having a wallet for freebies. You know, the freebie wallet, you know, everything in it you haven't paid for. So in general, like, it won't be so bad when it does eventually fall victim. Rather than, you know, your official sandbox account, for example. I try not to even interact with freebie stuff anymore. Just because of how risky it is. But a lot of you are, well, you know, enough experienced. Hey, Blue Tulip, what's happening, dude? D Electronics, you know what? I trust you, D. Like, you haven't done me wrong. You haven't done me dirty. What's the worst that can happen? I'll send you what? I'll send you 2 sand. That's a good offer. Halfd0rk, good morning. Welcome in. Stretching. Blue Tulip! Re7, thank you, Blue Tulip. Thank you very much. Paul's here as well. Welcome, Paul. When you installed their scam software. Paul, you got scammed as well? I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I still have to move everything over to my hardware wallet. I'm really hoping, like, hoping that Sandbox migrates every asset to Matic. That way it doesn't cost me as much as it would. I probably have like 100 or so different Sandbox assets. You know, just general equipment, general props, whatever. Like, I don't want to have to pay gas on all of those. That's like, on a good day, like $300 to $500. Just to move them to a different wallet. I'd rather not do that. Cool, so we saved. I want to make sure this is the first in the lineup. So X to 0. So yes, X to 0 was the first one. And you can't spam these. This is basically as fast as it goes, which is perfect. This is what I want. I can move on with my life, which is also moving on with the puzzle. And it's not crashing. That is the big bonus. That's why we spent so long on it. So it didn't crash. Well, Paul, what's good, and this is silver lining, is like we learn from those. And yeah, I'm sorry that happened, of course. But you've grown a thicker skin because of it. You now are more experienced in that regard. Plus, you know, you're able to warn others so they don't make those same mistakes. I try to be positive about it. When I first got into crypto, I invested heavily in a community called Knights of Chain. And yeah, probably $1,000 of like my very first crypto money that I got from Axie Infinity. I was very successful with Axie. If you guys don't know what Axie Infinity is, it's basically the first crypto blockchain game. I made like several months' wages from Axie Infinity. Then, yeah, that money I just invested very poorly. One of those projects basically turned out to be a scam. So it was a rug, you know, all of that investment money just gone. But now I'm Sandbox. Only Sandbox, pretty much. Don't jinx it, says V. V, don't jinx the jinx. Okay, so all of these, I am going to now make a duplicate. We'll just see what I had for spinner 2. So this would have been the first one, X to 0. And we can just see the lineup here. By having this one here, I can literally just like look at it, copy paste. And it should make my life a lot easier here. One thing I'll keep in mind is all of the animated decorations are changing. This was a bug in 0.8. Now we're in 0.81. They actually fixed this. So basically saving presets in 0.0, it was saving it, and then every time you drag and dropped it back, it was automatically converting it to multiplayer, synchronized. It doesn't do that anymore. So you can see here, it automatically swapped it to multiplayer. So, that being said, we have a play count here of 2. That's wrong. Why is it on 2? This one's on 1. So just going down the line here, I'm going to go ahead and remove this and re-add it as a single player. And we'll just make sure it's 1. All of these look great. The speaker message also, changing it back. We're going to use a look at target. It's going to be 0.5. It already has the interact, and it already has the correct message. It's already going to all. Now, then we're looking at the health component. The health components are all going to have the water, so we're removing the water. And everything else looks great. I know spinner.hp is a tag we should probably add to each of these. Just in case we want to use that in the future. That way these all have tags. Like HP is a universal tag that I use for anything with health. Let's just say I needed to send damage to a specific area. That would register properly. The spinner is exclusive to this puzzle, so that tag is exclusive to this puzzle. And then spinner HP is exclusive to all of these anchor. So yeah, this will be easy to update. Looks like all of them have pretty much the correct settings. So, 8:45, I need to take a quick break. I will put up a giveaway. This is for a creator coin. And because you all are lovely people, there will be 2 giveaways today. And then a wheel of names
Egg banana friend.
at the end.
Yeah,
That's
just like
right.
bananas. Just
Bananas
like
are good.
bananas.
Bananas are
Vvox! Thank you, Vvox. I didn't even see the message. You are a pro. Thanks, V.
good.
Woohoo! Alright, so guess what? That means we're going to be adding V. Her name is now going to be spammed in the Twitch chat. Hey! So for the giveaway, make sure you at Vvox. Cool. And I will be right back. Whoops. Boink.
choice to win, and you win. I'm sorry, winning.
Are you gonna fix it? I am not gonna fix anything because I'm an artist.
Wow.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Bang!
Can I get a oh yeah?
What's up, Halfd0rk? How are you doing today? Joining us in the chat.
Wow.
Oh, Paul, what are you doing?
Lula Love 9 says, no way!
Paul, save those channel points. Oh. Wait, V. V turned the channel points back on. Thanks, V. Let me just double check and make sure that's a mod only thing. It should be. And yeah, Tom and V could do that if that is ever a problem. And same, it can be said in the reverse. So like Tom and V, like you are able to turn it off if like someone comes in and spams it, such as Paul, just like Paul's doing. So if somebody was doing what Paul's doing, you'd be able to turn it off. Thank you, Paul, for helping. Hey, SSK Wolf, what's happening, man? How are you? And Lula Love, how are you, Lula? Good morning. Welcome in, guys. Alright, first giveaway is getting rolled. And the winner, Go West. Congratulations. GG! GG! That's 4 coins that I owe Go West. Woohoo! 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 Alright, I'm gonna start putting together the wheel of names. I'm gonna take
choice to win.
everyone.
Win. I'm sorry, winning.
Winning. So all of people's names are gonna be added to this. And then we're going to have a giveaway just rolling in the background. This one will be up for a while, so you all have plenty of time to enter into it. I'm probably going to regret using that as a code word. So type in giveaway for the next one. And I've added everyone's name from this previous one. Yeah, giveaway to enter the new one. Wait, I'm sorry. It wasn't reset. Now it's reset. Please do it one more time. You might have to add like another syllable to the end of it. You have time, okay? This is gonna be up for a while. Giveaway 2. Yeah, type in giveaway 2. And yeah, testing V. Yeah, V, that worked actually. So if you guys put any other syllable after giveaway, it'll still enter it in. Yep, and Jayona, that worked too. But yeah, thank you. If you typed it one time, you might have to type it again. Again, that was because I didn't hit the reset button. But we're good now. We are Gucci. Cool. So now I need to add each one of these, and we're going to be updating them. I am excited to get this working again. Oh, great. So it looks like I have to reset some of the structure of these. This is fine. See, this is why we place them down, so we can get a better look at them.
Senpai.
Senpai! Hi, Panda Pups. Morning, Panda Pie. X0. Yep, here it is. Cool, so this second dial is going to use a different structure. So we can see here, it's a little bit different in terms of distance. So the first one, it spawns here on this first square, and its child is kind of at an angle here. Whereas the second one, when it spawns, it's in this next square, but its angle is a lot less, I think the word is acute. It is a cute angle. Hey, Rasguru, what's up, dude? Or time something else first. Oh, that's true, Sparky, yeah. So, like, just how you did. My brain took a moment to understand. Good morning, Panda.
I'm amazing. Voxel artist.
So we can see that there is an acute angle here. This is the distance that we're looking for. Great. So now I just need to take that and make the adjustments and hope for the best. As long as we have a decent setup here, we should be good. It appears as though I have outdated interactions as well, so we'll add logic circles. Hopefully this process won't take too long, simply because I've streamlined it in a way, simply because I've made the first ones already, and they were working as intended. So, now we just need to set it up appropriately. I think my best option here is to duplicate these. In fact, let's go ahead and just select all of them. Wait. We'll make sure they're all uniform. Okay. Looks good. All right, we're gonna have to rename them and then reconnect them. So if everything is lined up how I intended it to be, all I should have to do is change this number. The digit spinners, I also have to edit the number. So some of these have the very wrong name. That's the correct name. Not sure why it had the others. Mr. Furious X, how are you? Good morning. Why are you crying? Oh yeah, if you guys want to enter into the giveaway, it's right there. And we're doing a wheel of names at the end of this one. I've added everyone who entered into the first giveaway, and if you were just here, your name's also in it. Mum's the word. Sparky is mom's favorite. Fox mother. Yeah, we're all like Panda's adopted children. She can pick favorites. That's how adoption works. Okay, so I need the names of each of these. A little bit of organization going on here. Now, unfortunately, these have door behaviors, so there's a lot that hasn't been updated. But that's okay, that's why we have it set up here in a row, so that we can easily update them. So just a lot of like busy work, I suppose, but this is necessary. This is a busy work that we can't really avoid and will help us in the long run by setting this up here. Hey, Eater Toast, how are you? Adopted? I know. Okay, Panda. Well, Panda, there's a lot of jokes we can make about that. Let's just say we're grateful. Thank you for birthing all of us, Panda Pups. I'm Gucci Eartos. Thank you for asking. Kids still say that word, right? Who am I kidding? Okay, so we can remove these number pads. They aren't attached to anything. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and connect them through the hierarchy. So we're going to do spinner 2. And we can see all of these interact options need to be connected. So we'll go down the line here. Perfect. So now, if I were to move this, it should move the children. Fantastic. These have plant behavior, so we are going to be removing those. Yeah, we don't need this plant behavior anymore. That was probably our first version, again, the version that was working fine in 0.7, but now we're basically updating all of our puzzles, so that means updating the mechanics. A couple things, we're going to make sure they all have the spinner.hp tag, so we want that tag. And then the health component, this is pretty much what we're adding to each. And I can probably control click these, and this will be faster. We do not need the behaviors. And we're doing spinner.hp. We can remove the plant. We can remove the interactive tag. Cool, looks good. We do want the spinner tag and the spinner HP tag as well. So all of them now have it. Okay, and then we also want to make sure they all have health components. It looks like only the first ones do. So that was everything after 1, 2. Whoa, that's not what we wanted. Yeah. Go ahead and save our progress. Hey, what's up, Oneboxed? D&D Master. How are you, Oneboxed? I'll get you in a game one of these days. So, I know Mr. Fierce X, I think you're also interested. And J-Dog's here too. What's up, Jay? I know you've been chilling. Went for a little walk, came back, saw Vivox still in my chat. Hey, that's a win in my book. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, you forgot to type it. RIP. So that's a lose in your book. Panda, are you role-playing my mommy? I don't want it. I don't want it. No. Don't question it, she says. Mum's the word. Alright, so now we're adding health component to all of these. And again, it's easier to select them in the hierarchy, most definitely. So I'm just going to hold down Control, select each. That has all of my parents selected. We're going to add a health component. We can go ahead and edit the logic here and change them to hidden. That's all we needed to do with the bulk edit. Each one is going to get a different death message. So one at a time, we'll just double check what this one is. This is spinner.2.3, which means sequentially, this will be spinner.2.4. Spinner.2.4. Now, to speed things up, this is a Cyber Dragon technique, but you can type in things into the tag box and copy it here, and that's going to greatly increase your workflow when typing into message boxes, such as this kill message box, because then you just paste it and add whatever you need after that. This will be spinner 2.6. Feel like I'm doing like Cyber Dragon no Jitsu. No? Hey, sounds good, Oneboxed. Yeah, you're definitely invited. I will be keeping a monthly schedule of new recruits to D&D. So basically, we have a group here that is playing on Wednesdays. The Wednesday group is about to finish up next Wednesday, so that'll be the end of that mini campaign. So that means we'll have another mini campaign after that. So I want to keep compiling people that want to play D&D. And so anybody that's interested, like, please let me know, and I'm going to try and keep an accurate list of everyone that wants to play. So it looks like maybe Hoddle Hill's also interested. I think Mr. Furious, maybe. And I know Dr. Metaverso, Julia and Sam are both interested. Woke Zombie, maybe. I mean, Woke Zombie can be if you want. Dominatrixes, and I think Panda Pops would definitely be into that. Without a doubt, in fact. That just fits her personality perfectly. Oh, okay, Tom. You're now backing up Panda's claims. before I go, says One Box, let me know if you have some affiliate to the platform. I would love to give you credit for it. Affiliate to which platform? And yeah, One Box says he's interested. Perfect. Thank you, dude. Yeah, just let me know what platform you're talking about. This one should be xCloud? Yes. And then finally, X. Alright, great. Now we're updating the behaviors. So I need to select the anims for each one. Up to 2 to 3. Oops, that's not the right one. Okay, so behavior, remove, and we're adding. It looks like they have the correct tags, which is good for me. We don't need the door tag. We don't need interactive tag. We don't need indicator component tag. Those are leftover like artifacts from 0.7, as well as removing the behaviors. It should have removed them naturally. However, we're doing animated decoration. You cannot bulk edit animated decorations. So even though they're all the same asset. So bulk editing decorations does not work, which is fine. And then the interactions we also need to edit on a one-by-one basis. And we would like for them all to use single player. That's just for our own consistency's sake. It actually will work, even though they are set to multiplayer, it would still work. But for consistency, I think having them all on single player while we're editing them, that's going to be more beneficial. Plus, it does keep the same settings when you exchange it. So that, you know, is already pre-written in for us. So we're good there. Cool. So I think these first three are already set. I don't think we need to do anything. The speaker components, we do want to change to single player as well. And again, they do keep the same settings we already had, so we should be good. I think I need to add the rotate. That would be the only thing. Everything else looks fine. Unfortunately, you literally have to click edit logic just to change one thing, but it is what it is. I believe the first 4 are ready to go. And now we have to edit the animated decoration for each of these, which it's going to be based on its name. So 3 to 4. So we need 3. Add animation. 4. And it plays on message. One thing we do need to make sure it does is the play count is set to 1. And the message to play is spinner. .2.4. And we can just double check our work real quick. Yep, so 1 play on start, and then 1 play on message, spinner.2.3. Cool. Save our progress. Oh, I see One Box. That is the software that we used. So, yeah, just to clarify, there is no affiliate program as far as I know. But thank you for offering. It's basically a software you have to purchase to host the game. So I have already purchased the software, so I'm hosting the game for anybody that wants to play. Ian the IT guy says, quick question, what is rotation of Z? Do you know in GameMaker? The rotation of Z is the forward back. So the blue arrow is the Z, if that's what you're asking, Ian. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what you're asking, but I think that's what you were hoping for. Cool. So this one had the wrong spinner message, again, because we were adding duplicates. So this will be spinner.4. Which then rotates this. Cool. So that one's good to go. In fact, before you know, we start editing these by bulk, I'm going to save the first 4, and we'll be able to see what they look like. And of course, I'll save before I test. Wait. Am I doing that right? I think I did it right. Okay. Just check. 2, 3, 3, 4. Alright, I didn't make a duplicate. We're good. Cool. Now we can go back to our spawners here, and these will be enabled. So we have a message required. I'm going to be exchanging this one for the same one that is on this, which is spinner.reset.2. We have spinner.x.spawner, which I believe is the tag we're communicating with. Which it already had the tag, so we're good. Yeah, and then we just want that message, which was number 2, the reset. Cool. So now it should spawn much like our others had been. Percentage. Yeah, Ian. You'll want to play around with it for sure, just to get a good grasp of it. But yeah, you can go up to 360%. Rotation of Z is going to be 0 to have the correct front facing. I know I demonstrated the completely reversed version. That is a uniform Z axis for other programs. So that's why we get like the backwards logic circles, for example. It's because in other programs, the Z is flipped. And in fact, Sandbox has inverse Z axis, which is very unfortunate, but at this point we're kind of too far to go backwards. In fact, like they made the default the inverse. So that is why we have the logic circle facing the direction it is, because this is the correct facing. It's just in the sandbox, we have inverse. So there's really nothing we can do about it at this point. Sandbox is just going to be keeping the inverse Z. Yeah, so Ian the IT guy, it goes 0, so I'm facing forward, 90 degrees, I'm facing right, 180 degrees, I'm facing backwards, 270 is going to be facing left, and then 360 is the full circle. Yep, Tom, that's exactly why. So Sandbox and the developers who, I guess, finalized it, had it backwards. That's why we kind of demonstrated it yesterday. The logic circle is, in fact, the correct Z universal. Like, this is the correct facing. However, assets in the sandbox and assets built in box edit, we're kind of shown that, you know, forward is this direction, you know, that Z has. It has the arrow on the ground. However, that's just sandbox exclusive. You know, that's sandbox use of the Z axis. So like normal assets are going to be facing this direction, whereas assets in any other program, and I say that bluntly, like there are going to be other programs that did the inverse, such as Sandbox did, and those assets are facing the correct direction, the ones that are facing much like the logic circle. And that's also why you see on OpenSea that they are facing the wrong direction. It's because the universal agreed Z axis is facing the other way. So Sandbox got it wrong, and they've unfortunately just set up too many things. We can't go back now. We can't turn around, pun intended. So it's a little bit unfortunate for sure. Nuke, what's up, dude? Mr. Skywalker, how are you?
The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
You aren't a Jedi yet. Yeah, reinvent the wheel. Yeah, well, Zombie, the way I look at it is like one developer who is very likely fired at this point, because this was like a year or two ago. This developer got fired. They made a 50-50 chance, a bet, of like, oh, this is the direction you face, you know, in 3D space with Z, right? They literally coded everything, and then everybody just was like, yeah, sure, and just kept going. That decision is still affected to this day with assets in the sandbox. It's just, that's what happened. And, I mean, perhaps they can bulk edit that. But, yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate indeed. Nah, you're good, Skywalker. Glad you're here. And Ian, yeah, anything I can do to help or hinder, let me know. Oh, and yeah, they're backwards for V as well. RIP. The rallies in Finland and Sweden. Oh, is that where you're from, Oneboxed? So the Santa hat equips backwards? Santa Wizzy equips headgear backwards. I mean, that's kind of funny, but also makes me cry inside, off stream. Also, our puzzle's working. Like, we're actually making progress. This feels good. Feels good, man. Spinner.2.x. Feels good, man. So this one should be 4 to 5. So we do 4. Play count 1. This one plays on start. We add an animation. And we add 5. What kind of puzzle are you working on? This is a dial puzzle. So, like, spinning like a lockbox. You know how you have to rotate the numbers to get a correct order? So, we are making that kind of lock combination. And it is more difficult than it seems. But the way I've approached it, you know, that's my own method. Somebody might find a better method. But nobody's really done something of this nature before. And so it's a real challenge, and I enjoy a good challenge. But yeah, if anybody else tries to make something similar, I would love to see how you do it. Like, there's no wrong way. Well, actually, there's tons of wrong ways. There's no there's no singular right way to make something in the game maker. They should have called it the game box. That would have been a good idea. Instead of the game maker. The game maker's so vague though, that if someone Googles game maker, maybe one day sandbox will be the first result. I don't think it is at the moment. Want to play a game? Yeah, it is generic, Tom. But generic's good? Like, in a way? Sometimes? Yeah, so Vvox, there is an original game maker. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. But see, one day, V, in a perfect world where all of us are wildly successful, we all have mansions, you know, that day is because Game Maker, Sandbox, is going to be the first result. So when we get there, I will have my butler call your butler, sorry. And we can celebrate. We'll pop, like, champagne from our own homes. But that's a perfect world. We ain't there yet. 6. Yep, that is correct, because basically when I interact, it goes to the next one. The correct tag is already on there, so we're good. Pinky's out! Pinky's out, SpongeBob! Yep, and so Iritos also confirming the Game Maker RPG app. Overall, like, I'm pretty confident we'll pass it one day. Likely when there's gray hairs on my head. Maybe sooner. Yep, so we got the rotations. That looks good. And we'll, of course, be testing all of these before we work on the next batch. This will be 7. I'll go ahead and add the interacts first. We'll just do these in bulk. Oops. Escape Room Artist says, what Halfd0rk's trying to say, there's multiple ways to skin a cat. Don't do it, Escape Room Artist. Tipsy's listening. She watches the streams in the other room. She's like a girlfriend, but worse. She's so manipulative. She beats me. Very abusive. The one thing she knows how to... She knows how to get my attention because I respond in certain ways. Like, for example, if I'm streaming or on the computer, just in general, my cat will come up and lick my shins because she knows that, like, gives me a jolt. Usually at that point, I just shut her outside my room. Does she try to lick my face? You know what? She doesn't give me kisses. No, I give her kisses and she hates it. Oh, Halfd0rk, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not falling for it. Sparky says, so we have had the game box and Voxbox programs to be in the sandbox. Yeah. We can do the sand edit and the game box. Did you guys know there's actually like 3 programs called Vox Edit? I found a couple of them. I think ours is the most known Vox Edit, but there are other programs called Vox Edit. Oh, Tom. This is your shin. I am not that flexible, but I am trying. Hey, Secret Meow, what's up, dude? Sorry you had to see my feet. What's done is done. And cannot be undone. Okay, so this is 6 to 7. And this plays on message. Message to play. Spinner .2.7. And of course, it has the correct tag. Yep, it's good. This one is 7 to 8. Starts on 7. Plays once. Plays on start. So then it's just hanging out on 7. And then when we have the correct message go out, it plays 8. Making progress. We're almost done with this one. The other one took us a week. This one took us maybe 30 minutes. Yeah, if you guys ever see me looking this direction, I'm looking at my alarm clock. Nine. Nice. This is to play, spinner.2.9. So that's 8 to 9, looks good, plays on 9. It has the 2.8 tag, because it's hanging out on 8 and it's waiting to shift to 9 just to play that animation. This one should be 9 to excla. Exclamation point. That's a lot of syllables, so that's why I call it excla. That plays on the correct message, which is 2.excla. Looks fine. Interruptible? I think these all need to have the interruptible tag. I could be wrong. I don't think it's necessary now. Basically, it plays the animation when it receives the message. I do assume they need interruptible though, but we didn't need to. So I'm not gonna add it. Yeah, I'm not gonna add it. Should I? No, I don't think I need to. Xcla to X. So it starts on Xcla. And it goes to X. On message. To .x. And it has the Xcla tag. Nice. And then this one up here should have the X tag. Yep, spinner.2.x. Indicator component can be removed. That can be removed. That can be removed. I think this one's probably also going to have those excess tags. These are tags that are leftovers from 0.7. So we're just doing a little cleanup. Clean up. And then we'll save all our presets. Should be good. Ooh, what? This is 2.3. What was this one? 2.2. Alright, we're good. Cool. Let's save those presets. Yee. I'm going to save before I save the presets. Because I don't want to lose my work. This isn't OnlyFans. Well, Escape from Artists, I don't think anybody wants to see my shins. But if they do, we're going to start an OnlyFans. Who wants Halfd0rk shins? Oh. Shijev? Tom, you like some Shijevs? You enjoy a good Shijev? I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Google is not helping. Siev. It's a Siev. Oh, hey, by the way, about to roll this giveaway here. Make sure you type it in. Even just to double check, I can see that Nuke and Secret Meow, Iratos, Ian, Go West, and One Boxed have not typed it in yet, but they have been active in chat. That's a nice Velkia Sieziev there, says Iratos. Thank you. Gesundheit. Yeah, Go West. Well, guess what? You are now qualified. Also, yeah, I don't know why it says you're not eligible. Maybe it's a Nightbot thing.
Banana.
You did win the last one. Banana. So you won the last one. I don't know why it wouldn't make you eligible. It still says you're ineligible, by the way, Goes. So I think it is because you won the last one. You know what's funny is it... I'll just show it. If you guys spam... So Go West, you probably spammed it, and maybe you activated this filter. Because it says automatically mark users ineligible that post the keyword multiple times. But everybody else seems to be fine. It's literally just you. So I'll just mark you eligible, so you're fine. Yep, Go West. Well, you triggered the trap. So, it's your fault, not mine.
Oh no! We suck again!
Alright, I'm rolling it. Fred and Ferd wins it. Let's go, Fred. Thanks, Fred. Cool. I'll mark that in my list. GG! G to the G to the M to the A-E-O-R-E-S. I don't know what I just spelled. It was a word. Cool. So I'm going to add this entire list here. And yes, check that out. So it actually did disable Fred because he won. So it seems as though that's what happened, Go West. It's because you won. But yeah, you were still on the list. And I'm going to copy paste everybody here. And we're going to be spinning this Whoever puts the first number they can think of in their head will be the amount of time this wheel spins. 69. It doesn't go that high. Thanks, Tom. So I'll count to 9, then spin it, or we'll just go with 24. Good luck, everybody. This is for Dork Samurai Equipment Piece. One piece, your choice, excluding the chest. The chest is a rare, so this is for the head, the arms, or the legs. Your choice. Doesn't matter which one. I will make sure you get it. And it looks like it's going to be inching towards Blue Tulip. Oh, almost Woke Zombie. But yeah, Blue Tulip. Congratulations. GG. Congrats, Blue Tulip. Thank you so much. So, Blue Tulip, I will get with you if you're, hanging out, if you're not available at the moment. Because I know this was a odd point in the stream to do it. So, Blue Tulip, are you here? If not, no worries. And I will mark your name down. I'll send you a DM if you're unavailable, but you will be able to pick between those 3. So I'm going to put you on my list. So, Blue Tulip, we'll do head, shoulders, knees, or toes. Head, arms, or legs. And yeah, I'll send you a DM later. Cool. GG. That was our last giveaway for the day, so I'm going to focus on my work. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're streaming for about 20 more minutes-ish. And we'll probably do another one of those tomorrow. Kay's been hooking us up, so we're good. Alright, so now we're just saving all these presets so we can give it a proper test. Nope. Yeah, I need a button for Control-C, Control-V. Yeah, happy Thursday. Anybody got something planned for today? Today is like a work day for me.
Hi there. Hey there. I'm
happy little penguin V. Little penguin V. I told V I wanted to mint that penguin. You know what she told me? It's ugly. You know what I said? No, it's not. It's beautiful. And she says, I need to make it perfect. So just know one day, you guys will have a penguin V of your own. Oh, it's a work from home day. Yes, go West. Enjoy. Will you be streaming? Just know that you never have to. Never feel obligated. I hate the idea that people in the Sam fam are like, there's nobody currently streaming the sandbox. I guess it'll be me. And that just feels forced. I mean, if you enjoy it, that's another thing altogether. But I hope nobody ever feels that way. Because streaming itself can be very taxing. More or less because you're like putting your life on display in a way. Even though, it's digital, you're playing video games. You've got like a camera going, so it's like, it's not as fun as it sounds. But some people really enjoy that, so if you enjoy it, that's another thing altogether. And yeah, Fred, you got a raise yesterday at work? First of all, Fred, congratulations. That's fantastic. Yeah, that sounds like you're getting new responsibilities too? Like, are there any other things we should know about in that, I guess, wheelhouse of Fred? Otherwise, like, fantastic stuff, dude. Congrats. I feel like asking personal questions, like, I have to skirt around them because, after all, I don't think most of us know each other's names. It's just kind of like our...
You can do it!
what's the word? There's like a surname of our digital names. Pseudonym? Is pseudonym the right word? A fictitious name. Yep, so we all have pseudonyms. So we do not know each other personally. Except Fred's putting his on blast. His last name's Andford, so it's Mr. Andford. And then first name Fred, of course. Yeah, Go West. So, yeah, you go by Go, you know, IRL. Mr. West, you know, in a business setting. Is it Mr. West 927? That's also part of your name? The electronics when you get a raise instead of being fired during the millennial recession. Yeah, let's go. I mean, electronics, we're in a pretty good, like, career path because we are working on things that are future-proof. You know, if we're in Web3, and that accounts for all of you, you know, we're able to, you know, work on things that will be used in the future. You know, let's just say people who are working in television, for example. Like, who knows how long television and, like, public broadcast stations, like, how long those will be around. Future-proof. Yeah, it's future-proof. You know where to look, you can find one. Yeah, that's true, Escape Room Artist. I think everyone here, like, if we hired a private investigator, I could learn all your real names, and then you would be really scared when I said it instead of your pseudonym. Panapop's your legal... I know your legal name. You also know mine, so I guess I shouldn't blackmail you. I mean, my name's not important. It's, Harold. Hey, this didn't work. Why did it stop working? Yikes. That tells me this message might be wrong. Isn't it Dorkalina? Vivox, that's my street name when I'm trying to earn some side cash. Can you not say that street name, please? Only once message. We do want to make sure all those are all set up. I think these were copy-pasted, so they should have it. Yeah. Vivox, I told you that in confidence, by the way. Thanks for leaking it. Make your next experience. Oh, Woke Zombie, yeah. Being a street woman of the night. Sure. Yeah, no, I think that would go really well. So we have 2-1. This one should be 2-2. This one should be 2-3. Great. Now, these messages should have the correct settings. So 2-1, this should be 2-2. Oh, here's the problem. I haven't set up the presets yet. So we had 2-2, this should be 2-3. I think I labeled them. Yeah, so we're good. So this will be 3-4. .3, right? This one is 2-3, which means spinner.2.2 spawns it. This one's 3-4, which means spinner .2.3 spawns it. Great. We'll do spinner .2. And we'll just copy that. So we're doing 4-5, which means this one should be 4. I think I'll just do the message required first, because that's bulk and it's easier. 5. Six. 7. 8. 9, and then X claw. And then it circles back to X. Yep. Cool, now let's change the presets. So we have spinner 2, 4, 5. So this will be spinner 2, 5, 6. This will be 6, 7. This will be 7, 8. We have 8, 9. We have 9, 2. Oh, I skipped a number. What? Huh? Wah, wah. 3, 4. 4, 5. 5, 6. 6, 7. 7, 8. 8, 9. 9 X-Claw. And then I guess X-Claw X? Yeah. Okay, so I guess we did skip. Huh? Wah. Goes up here. That's why I was a little bit confused. Alright, now it should work. An orc on the streets. I mean, sounds funny. Be right back. There's the noise. Nothing to worry about. My toilet made a weird sound. I don't know if it was me that caused it, but it didn't like it. Play. You work it. Yeah, Tom. I don't know. I feel like that might be offensive. So I will probably put that at the bottom of the game tier list as to games I want to make. Which, speaking of, I do have a list of games I want to make. It's and there's a couple that I really hope that I'll have time for, you know, after, let's just say, this game is finished, for example. Hey, Raider, what's up? Oh, that, they're moving forward. Why are they moving forward? Okay, it just looks like it was those two. And that one moved backwards. Alright. If we can spot it, that'll be easy to fix. It does not look like I'll be able to spot it, though. Oh, hello. Okay. Alright, time to resave again. I know I fixed a couple of these with their indicators. Excuse me. Or message components. Yeah, this is unfortunate how long this is taking, but hopefully it'll be future-proof. That's the idea. Like, I don't want to have to revisit this game when some kid breaks it during their playthrough, and then they cry and give it a 1-star review because it was their first time playing the sandbox, and they never come back, and it's my fault. That's my nightmare. You're doing great. Oh, thanks. Query from Raider. If I use the life component, for example, on a wall in a social hub, and I make it destroyable with a message when that wall dies, does the collision also go away? Because I understand that the behavioral part has problems. The collision remains. No, Raider, that is a great question. I do not have a great answer because that health component is not synchronized with the player experience. So I think multiplayer, you're going to have to try that for yourself. You're going to have to publish a map and test it. And by publishing it, the collisions are going to have differences. In fact, with the time we have remaining, once I finish what I'm doing, I think that might be a fun thing to test. So I think we will do that before we wrap up today. So I will try it as soon as I save these presets. But yeah, a lot of these multiplayer problems, it's all trial and error. Like, it's still the Wild West. You know, we still have to experiment. And Fred and Ferd and OG Shakespeare, I know, are doing a lot of those experiments on stream, so they are great people to watch. If anybody else is working on multiplayer stuff, yeah, do let us know. Cool. So we'll go and save this, give it one try. It should be working. In fact, it was working, it's just everything was misaligned. And then tomorrow, because we've now streamlined the process, I should be able to finish the last 2, and then we can finally work on to the lock mechanic, which I already have set in place here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. That'll be next week's problem, I think. Okay. Looks great. Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci. And I'm trying to spam it. No crash. Because we've set up delays. Fantastic. Now, each one of these does have an offset timer. I think we did 8 seconds. 8 seconds is fine because we... Yo. 8 seconds actually might be too high, though. So I think we'll probably shift it to 5. And luckily, I can just shift-click and move that dial. So I'm going to do the same with this one. Basically, that prevents more than one from spawning when we interact with it. With 5 seconds is also a good amount of time in between, you know, like getting the 2 and then looping all the way back to the 2. But yeah, Raider, let's go ahead and test that with the last couple minutes. So there's the save. And welcome in, Kay. Hope you're doing well. Wish we could test before publishing. I agree, Panda. And yes, that is something that we get to test at the council. Generally speaking, any of you developers out there that make a social hub especially, you're gonna want to publish it to the drafts gallery, play it inside of the drafts gallery, not just inside of your play mode. You'll want to play your game after publishing in the draft published version, because you're going to encounter problems like those. Okay, so we're just gonna set up a wall real quick. And this is gonna be published, so if anybody wants to, hop in, you're welcome to. I don't think we need anybody else to hop in, but you'll be able to also test it. So we're gonna do 2 different tests. One will be a plant, and one will be a health component. We do need synchronized. If it's synchronized, it should work as intended. If it's a single player, for it to work only for the individual player would be very beneficial. So we'll give that a test as well. So we'll have 3 tests here. VOX, I hope to see you experiment with it. There's a lot to try, for sure. Oh, and Raider, you don't have a way to test in the alpha. I see what you're saying, Raider, yeah. So you are fixing an experience that you left a comment about. It's in 0.7. They use the plant behavior to cover the collections with another asset. I see. If I change it for the life component, short answer, yes. Long answer, you should still be able to test it. If you, we, and I say we as the council, were able to jump into games because we have the link. So as long as you have the link to your game, you'll be able to play it in the alpha. So it is a URL that you have. Now, I guess I shouldn't say that so bluntly because now everybody knows. But basically, in the future, you will be able to send a URL to someone, and that represents your land in the sandbox. So that's pretty much what's happening with current, games that you can play in the alpha client. Is it's a URL that you click, and that opens it up inside of your software, such as the alpha client. So, short answer, yes. Health component should work in 0.7. Now, you're probably going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering. The easiest solution for your collectibles. So we'll do... What's an easy collectible? We'll use a ball. So this ball, for example, this is how I would set up a easy access collision like collectible for 0.7. All you would need, no collisions, and collectible. Now, the collect action required, you set to collision, so that means when they walk through it, it should still provide the collision. See? So I believe you can still use that. No collisions in the physics, and components collectible with collision. Because all that is like the required. You basically pass through it. So this is how I would, set it up if I was making it in 0.7. Now in 0.8 we have a lot more options, but this is generally how it will work for you. The option number 2, which is a little bit more complicated, but this is actually what they recommend for anyone, is to have an asset. We'll use a number pad in this example. And so this is a 0.7, exclusive, I would say, tip. You have an asset that is a detector. So all it is doing is sending out a message, and you have an exclusive message that is detecting the player. So we'll, 0.8, it does look a little bit different, but you're doing a detect entity, specific tag, include tag, avatar, And this is looking at target, set to none. Again, this is speaker component. All we're doing is sending a message. Message is going to be collect dot item dot one. And then that message is what collects it. So basically, instead of using collisions, you're using a detector that tells the game, hey, there is a player in this radius. They collect the item. Right? So super small detection range. The player has to walk through it to collect it. So we see this message here. And that is the message that is able to collect it. Now again, that was like a 0.7 thing. I want to see if I have the Google document that I can send to Raider here. It's an older document again, so I'm not sure if I have it still. Wow, my bookmarks folder. Oh, here we go. So Raider, this is in case, you know, you're still having problems. Try this document. But yeah, in general, that's what I just kind of showed on screen. You can set that to the side though. Cool, so for our multiplayer test, we're basically testing collisions. Again, this is something that is 0.8 related, so it might not be helping Raider that much. So I wanted to make sure I helped, you know, Raider, because he's the one that had the problem. We're going to be using messages here that kill these invisible walls. And I'm just going to be doing some very simple tests. So this will be interact 1. This one will be killed on interact 2. This document? Yeah. Raider, anytime, no problem. The document is for 0.7, so I don't think you guys need to see it. But basically, this was shared with me. This is the mechanic that creators, such as Raider, who are working in 0.7, needed to apply to their collectibles so that they weren't frustrating for players. Because players were getting frustrated because collectibles were still like these small invisible collision boxes. And unfortunately, a lot of games still have that problem. So that was a potential solution. And so I sent the link to Raider. He'll make use of it. None of us here should need that document. If anybody else is working in 0.7 and has collectibles and has that problem, just say something in chat. I'll send it to you. That's fine. It's not like a super secret document or anything. It's not something you need to be concerned with. Okay. This one will be interact 2. Ugh. And interact L1. Alright, we'll save it, give it a quick test, and then I will publish it. Ew, 0.7, right, Wug Zombie? Oh, I see, Vvox. Yeah, well, basically, this document was given to like brands and developers for alpha experiences. So it's not really mine to share. So, but I think Raider will get a lot of use out of it. Cool. So each one of these do have collisions. And each one is being removed in a different way. So we had single player plant, we had multiplayer plant, and then we have health. Cool, so we'll save it, and I'm just gonna export and test it. Because this is actually something I would like to know as well. So we'll do publish, multi-test, social hub v1. Oh, yeah, I thought so. That's fine. We can just remove these. This was for testing, so goodbye, chums. Goodbye, chums. Saved. Oh, I see V. Okay, thank you. Is it possible to expand the collision? Yes, Secret Meow. That's a great question. And Panda, thank you for answering. Why? Wait, Panda's not answering. She's heckling. It'll auto trim. Panda, I've been able to have some weird collisions, like on purpose. For example, like having, well, actually the nodes, maybe not. But for an example, like I make an asset, let's say is 128 by 128 by 128. I export that, and then I make it invisible in Game Maker. So you're purposely making these collision boxes that are, you know, optimized. And then you use them to be the collision for other assets. All right, test this real quick. And then this will be the end of the show. Thanks everybody for sticking around, just hanging out. So those of you who caught D&D yesterday, what'd you think? It was fun. We basically dungeon crawled our way to the boss. That was a good time. So we can't attack. We do have the sword in our hands. So that means we're in the published map. We can type. This is plant. This is plant. This is health. So we're checking to see how collisions works. Cool, so here's Tom. Tom, I would love if you push the buttons for us. And we'll see if I can walk through the walls. So push the buttons in any order you prefer. And of course, we'll see if you can also walk through them. I like your mad ball, by the way. That's so creepy. Good shading, though. Looking right at me. Tom, push the button. Oh, I see. So Tom did push the button. Okay, good test. All right, so I moved through it for a literal instant. That was interesting. And I could check the VOD there, but he pushed the button and I moved through it, but now it's colliding it all. It's also colliding. And then the last one. Interesting. So collisions are still a problem. Yeah, collisions are definitely still a problem. So this was the multiplayer plant. And we did check them. Even the single player plant also not working. Multiplayer plant wasn't removed at all. Huh. And the health component also still has some weird collisions here. It's only the, seems to be like around the pivot point. It's like the most. Yeah, it's like the pivot around one block. Actually, no, I mean, it's still there, but it's like you can wiggle around it. Yeah, that is an interesting test. If I were to continue testing, which I kind of want to, I would probably try the actor property. And yeah, okay, O24K had a lot of fun. I want to rewatch. Yeah, I think it was great. Very fun group. Thanks, Mr. Furious X. I look forward to getting anybody that wants to try it a chance. Yeah, escape room artist. That's my next logical step. Puns intended. So having those actor property switchers. Now, the thing that is interesting is that the plant behavior doesn't work. However, one thing to keep in mind is that I had single player buttons. So I will change each one of these to multiplayer speakers, and we'll see if that makes a difference, because I think it will. But we are also going to add one last test with the actor property, which I think will make a difference. It'll definitely work. However, we were looking for a single player kind of pathway to where, let's just say, for example, the single player has to complete a quest. When they complete the quest, the door opens. However, that means if someone who has not completed the quest, they shouldn't be able to also go through. So that's the type of problem that we're trying to overcome, I suppose. Now, I'll also make an Interact 5 for a single player message going to a multiplayer switch. So this one, again, I think will make a difference because we had single player speakers. This one will be a single player speaker. But it's going to interact with the multiplayer actor property. And we're going to do collisions and visibility. And we want to toggle them to false. And so the only difference between these two is that the Interact 5 message comes from a single player message. Whereas Interact.4 comes from a multiplayer message. So Interact 4 will likely be the one that works. We'll go ahead and reduce the range. And give it a quick test. Ooh, French Week, yeah, hype. Raider, you tried your method, it turned out very well, you are the best. Hey, Raider, I am glad to help. Anytime. And yeah, thank you for asking. If you ever have problems or need, you know, like a push in the right direction, just, you know where to find me. Plus, I enjoy, you know, like testing things like this. This is is intriguing, interesting. Great. So, collisions and visibility removed. Collisions, visibility removed. But again, what we're testing here is this is a single player message, whereas this one was a multiplayer. Great. So we'll go ahead and save it one more time and publish it. We'll see if it makes a difference. Oh, sounds good, Hodl. Ding dong diddly. How you doing? How you ding dong doing? How's your ding dong doing? Oh, don't diddle it. Moving on. Multitest 3. V3 social. Oh, Panda's live. Sparky, his name, I'm sorry. It's so fun to say. He knows what he did making it. Making that name. 13 maps, wow. Out loud. I'm glad it was funny. Alright, so we've saved it, we've published it. Just messing. Aw, thanks, Sparky. Alright, Drafts Gallery, Multitest 3. If anyone is available to help, please and thank you. Otherwise, it should still do the relative test by itself. Playing with her Voxbox. Oh my. Ding Dong Diva. Ooh. Hey, that's a cute little nuclear family you got going on. So it's Triple D. Maybe I should just call you Triple D. Okay, so again, we're using multiplayer messages. So that means if someone else were to push this button, it should activate the single player for me. I'll wait a moment if anybody is able to join, otherwise I'll test it. One thing to keep in mind is that these might not respawn after publishing. So basically the first person that interacts with these removes the walls for everybody until you're in a different instance. So the instance would have to be reset in order for the walls to come back. So that could be considered a problem. So that is probably my biggest concern. But the main thing we're testing right now is collisions to see if I still am getting stuck on the invisible assets. Okay, thank you, Tom. I can also delete this experience. Oh, cool, Tom's here. Muchas gracias. Victorious win! Did they change the text of that? I want a victorious win. There it is. Cool. Alright, so Tom's pushing buttons. Okay, so Tom pushed that button. We see the message. Now, Tom might be able to walk through this wall. And we can see that Tom interacted with it. Tom still can't interact with it. Okay, or can't go through it. Interesting. Yeah, so even me, I'm not able to walk through it. So that's a multiplayer button. And single player wall. Okay, here, Tom, I'll push this one. So that one should have removed it, and we're not colliding with it. So that's a good thing. We had a multiplayer speaker, multiplayer plant. Now, the problem there is maybe it's a temporary, like, open door type message. I can see some potential for this, though. So if you have a collidable wall, you can perhaps remove it and then respawn it later. So there is some hope. So this one is the health component. So Tom interacted with that. That's a multiplayer message going to a health component. However, the health component was not destroyed through the multiplayer message. It was destroyed through a single player message. So it seems as though health components in 0.8 do not interact with synchronized options. Okay, this was the actor behavior, and this is a multiplayer message. So I recall Interact 4 used a multiplayer speaker and a multiplayer actor behavior. And that worked just as well as the plant behavior. However, the asset is still technically here. It is just invisible and non-collidable. What's nice is you could have that toggle, and that would be better use for a timed event rather than spawning a new one. So I think the actor property is probably the best option. And so this one is the single player message and the multiplayer actor behavior. Okay, so single player, Tom was interacting, and unfortunately, neither of us, after interaction, are able to do anything with this multiplayer actor behavior. Tom's mad. I just keep talking and talking. That seems rude, the way they phrased that. They should change it to, like, character has something to say. We facepalmed at the same time, that's funny. Do MP doors work? Little Legion, yes, I believe they do. We could keep testing, though. I think I'll be wrapping up, though. Thank you very much, Tom, for helping us. Shout out to Tom, though. Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel's probably in the chat.
Hey, Tom Voxel, how are you? Welcome, buddy.
Tom Voxel.
Tom Voxel himself. Tom Voxel's here. I have to do both parts. I have to. Gotta say my line and King's line. Typical thespian behavior. Alright, well these were good tests. In terms of doors though, doors in general I know are iffy because they have collisions. Now doors are probably better in 0.8, but that can be a test we do tomorrow. Right now I'm a bit over time, so I do want to wrap it up. So thank you again, Tom, for your help. You can have a citizen wall. Citizen wall? You just toggle it just for one person so it runs away. Or platform. Because platforms are synchronized. So platform would work. Huh. Well, we have all these tests documented. I keep saying I'm going to end the stream, but my mind is like, I need to find out why it do this. So we'll do one last test here. This is going to be the door test. We're going to do door, and one is going to be rotating, one is going to be animated. Why you do this? And this one, we're going to do door on animate. Nope, this second one is going to be the rotate. Is there anything else we should test? Probably the platform. So the health we realized wasn't working. Now what might be interesting, just one last thing to throw into this test, is having that health component that is like a relayed message. So it's 3.2, for example. So if someone pushes the button, it's going to send out 3, and then there will be a second asset that will receive that and send out 3.2, because we know that it's a single player that activates the health rather than multiplayer. So it receives 3 and then it sends out 3.2. We'll try the... So this one worked as intended, so we'll just leave it. And then the last of this group will be the basic platform, which we just move it out of the way. And perhaps it has a long wait duration. We'll do, 3 seconds is fine. So it basically toggles on, so we would use a toggle for that. So initially it'll be off, and we'll do interact.5. In fact, we'll use interact.5 as a toggle message. Cool. Alright, this is the last test, I promise. Oh, citizens can be single player only. I see what you're saying, Tom. Now, single players are very odd, because I've encountered a few in recent experiences where you're still colliding in multiplayer with where you've placed the citizen. So the placement of the citizen is the collision box. So for that test, we'll go ahead and put a character. And they will be a citizen. And you toggle just for one person because you're suggesting it's a single player. So turn on message. We'll have a new one. This will be single player, speaker, interact 0. And that will toggle this character. Alright, I think we're good for another test. Got time to test it? Yeah, I think this will be the last test, as I've said for the last 2. I do have time, it's just, I have a lot of work I have to do. That's all. So I'm basically, procrastinating. Is a good thing to define what we're doing right now. I am procrastinating. I've had 0 luck with SP stuff in MP. Yeah, Fred, it's not looking good. It's just not looking good. It seems as though anything single player is not only not doing what we want it to, it's also sometimes removing the visible things, but the collision remains. So it's like hit or miss. Alright, so we published it. Saved it. Multiplayer. Play. Excuse me. Okay. I already forgot the things we did. I think we did door, question mark, actor behavior, platform, and citizen. This was single player citizen. I don't remember what the third one was. We had door, these are multiplayer messages. Door animate, door rotate. I think we already did plant. Yeah, I don't recall. I guess we'll find out. Thanks, Tom, for helping me test this, by the way. This is good testing. So we have our citizen here. I will enable it. So he'll start walking around, I hope. There he goes. Oh, what the? Jet, you alright, buddy? Well, he's glitching me every time he animates. How many... Are you... What? You don't see him moving? Okay, so I'm still colliding with his frame here. So, single player wise, like, even though he's moving on my screen, I do still interact with his collision box. So this is citizens. This is why you always put your citizens to non-collision in multiplayer. From what I'm demonstrating here. And yet, apparently toggling him off resorts to him crouching. Glitch crouch for you too, okay. Yeah, that's strange. Alright, cool. Alright, so here's the door. We interact. The door becomes passable. Now, this asset does not have an animation. However, it did toggle the collision. So doors are working well. Doors are working very well. So if Tom, if you could push this button. So I can interact with the sign and he walked away. Okay, that's a plus, I think, with citizens, for sure. That's on a single player basis, though. And then, yeah, Tom interacting with this button prevented him and prevented me from going through it. So, multiplayer door does work. This one's the rotate. Same situation, it removes collision on interact. That's good. I do not recall what this one was. I think it was the health component. Oh yeah, we had a relay. So we did sign goes to a single player asset. The sign was a multiplayer message on interact that goes to a single player relay, which then tells the health component to die. However, it seems as though our single player message did not get sent out. So probably would have to double check that. So I'm still colliding with the collision though. That's interesting. Like, I think the collision is still where I started him. Yeah, it's still there, but it's also on him. So there's 2 collision boxes for this character. That's interesting. So basically you have the moving collision box, and then you also have the invisible collision box. But I think it's... yeah, I might be colliding with Tom's as well. I don't know where Tom's is. So this one's mine right here. And I do still collide with him, but I also pass through him whenever he animates. So just by him animating, his collision allows me to pass through him. And this is Tom, so no, I do not interact with Tom's. So I think, yeah, you're still bumping into the static version of Jet, and I do as well. And then you are also colliding somewhat with the mobile version. Lots of work. Yeah, V. Well, I hope the work goes quick for you. You think that's what the signs are for, right? V. Hush. Hush, V. The Legion says, one citizen for each of you? Yeah, so we have the static, invisible, and then each of us have our own collision version. That's interesting. This one was just the actor behavior. This one works as intended. Unfortunately, number 3 requires more tests. That one's using the health component. And this one's using the platform. Oh. Tom, did you push it? Uh-oh. Give it 3 seconds. It needs 3 seconds. Okay. Well, that one also seems to be a bust. I'm not gonna push it. I should have set it to like 1 second or something. So this one does not appear to be moving at all. Alright. Last thing I'll do is just double check the messages. The last thing. The last thing. Last. The last thing. Alright, Interact 5. So it should work. I should have tested these before I went in. Oh, well, it worked. I mean, it did what it was supposed to. And then this one, yeah, I mean, they work in play mode. So the fact that they don't work in multiplayer is somewhat concerning. Both of these are... Oh, this one was a single player. So single player messages in general do not communicate with multiplayer assets. Interesting. Now, I think that goes both ways. So this sign, when I interacted with it, it didn't talk to the single player version. Now, if I were to reverse these, we might have a different effect. And then our sign here did not toggle because, again, we were using single player. So I think if it was multiplayer, it would work for both of us. And then finally with Jet, I don't think there was anything else we wanted to try with him. Okay. Alright, so this is the last thing. And, yeah, this is just me hopping into it. I won't need you, Tom. I do need you, Tom, but I won't need you. But thank you, Tom, for your help. So, we'll exit. Did I save? Who cares? Who cares? Did I save? Who cares? I published. That's all we need. It says V6. We're good. A little Legion, always great to see you. And thanks everybody for hanging out. I know this went way over time. I did enjoy this type of test to figure out which, you know, works in terms of collision. Okay, so this was a multiplayer sign that then interacted with a single player asset, but unfortunately, that translation does not happen. It just doesn't happen. And then here's the multiplayer, which works perfect. So basically I had a multiplayer message go to the platform, which then moves it. So this would be really good for, let's just say, races. Don't drop that. Dun, dun, dun. So like if you're, let's say, having a slide race, I think even Pickaxe Master and Fred have made this mechanic already. But just having a toggle on-off for this type of barrier. But yeah, other than that, those were the last tests. I'm the night, born in the darkness.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
Thanks, Tom Hardy. No! Tom! Save him! Save him! Alright, GG's. Thanks everybody for watching. That's gonna be it from me. Born in the Dorkness. No, Fred. Let's put it on a t-shirt. Panda Raid? Yeah, let's head over to Pandas. The Panda Palace.
You're all free now!
Yeah! So Panda Pops 90. Hope you all have a fantastic Thursday. We'll be back same time tomorrow.
Booty, booty.
Booty, booty, booty. Yeah, Tom, this could be useful. So hopefully someone out there found use for it in their own mechanics. Good to analyze these things. So yeah, thanks Little Legion, Fred, Vivox, Sparky, K, Halfd0rk, Mr. Furious X, Wicked U2, Paul, much appreciated. Tom, a second time. Again, thanks for the help.
Potato, potato.
987A, thank you.
V.
Vivox! Thanks, V. Hope work goes quick for you too, V. And Mosquito, yes, have a fantastic afternoon yourself. Alright. Hands inside the raid at all times. I'll see you over at Pandas. Bye-bye.